Far too often, we hold back or play safe in life, fearing that we'd look bad if we failed or messed up. Contrastingly, isn't it impressive that darkness is the seedbed of light? Our guest today, Ma'am Leah Kinyanjui, is here to talk to us about an alcohol addiction that led to a wonderful turn of events. This is the Wiser and Brave Show, your woman show where we engage women, we build each other, we help each other walk the journey. So what is your story? Remember, I'm here to help you voice it. My name is Njeri. Welcome, and again I say welcome. How are you? It's so good to see you again today. Have you subscribed? If you haven't yet, kindly subscribe. Hit that button right now as we introduce our guest for today. Welcome, Leah.
Thank you.
It's so good to have you here today.
Finally.
Yeah. So would you go on and introduce yourself properly to the viewer?
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Sure. Properly means how, but
like,
anyway.
Yeah.
My name's Leah Kinyanjui.
Okay.
And I like the way you called me. That's a name I went with for about 12 years. Leah. Yeah, I'm a mother. I'm a mother. And I wear different hats. I'm a leader in church. I'm a youth minister. And but above all, I am a champion kingdom. I am a kingdom champion.
Wow.
Kingdom champion.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. So there are moments there, of course, you know, our lives are like a book.
Yes.
Short stories.
Correct.
So what would be your most, like, what would be the highlights of your life that have led to our chat today?
Wow.
Yeah.
Highlights.
Yeah.
Oh, most people, I know most ladies don't want to say their ages on
Yeah,
camera.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
ask a woman her age. Yeah.
I shiver too.
But
so.
I'm very proud about my age.
Okay.
I'm 42.
Oh,
42 years old. Yeah.
No.
I'll be 43 this year.
Okay.
This year in June. And life has been a roller coaster for me.
Okay.
But up and downs. And it's life. I don't carry any regrets.
Okay.
Because the minute you start regretting in life, you're going downhill.
Yeah, I know.
I carry life lessons.
Okay.
The highlights of my life are high school, I was a leader. Primary school, I was a leader. When I left the country in 19, I think some of these people were not born, in 1998. And I went to the States, which had been my dream ever since I was 10 years old.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And there I grew up. Let me say that's where I did most of my growing up. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
And, you know, high school, plain go.
Okay.
That's what.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's those of you're only 18 and,
and
put in a plane. And
were you
go.
there with family or by yourself?
Not my immediate family, I would say. But I knew. Actually, I eventually met people we were with in high school. The Kenyan community. I went to Houston, Texas.
Okay.
And Texas is a country state.
Okay.
You know, they I'm sorry, but they usually say it's a lot of racism in there. And a lot of Kenyans go there because it's cheaper.
Okay.
It's not like living in California or Florida or New York.
Okay.
It's cheaper. The schools are cheaper. I had gone to study.
Okay.
And yeah, it's cheap. There was a family member who I got to know then.
Okay.
So it's not like I was there with my immediate family. But I made family. We grew up
family.
Yeah, I made family.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
So you've had the opportunity of living home and away.
Yes.
What was your experience like living away from before we come back home?
The experience was wonderful. It was wonderful, but I got to understand it's not what it's, you know,
said to be.
Said to be. But it's not about country.
Okay.
It's not about country. It's about, I usually advise. I told you I'm a youth minister.
Yes.
So I usually tell people, if you get the opportunity and you're young, go.
Okay.
Go. It was a good experience for me, but again, I got to a point and I was like, you know what? I see kufukuzana, si kutukanana kwetu. I'm going back home. I've had enough. People think they say America, the land of dreams, the land of milk and honey. But we came to understand, especially when you go there like a student, you're a foreigner, and you'll always be a foreigner. The moment you open your mouth, they know.
Okay.
The moment they read your name, they know.
No.
They used to call me Leah Kinyanjui.
Okay.
They already know. So the experience, I carry it up to this day.
Okay.
There's some things I wouldn't be doing if I never had that experience.
Okay.
I had a lot of life lessons. I messed up. And I came back. I came back, and I as I said, I don't regret.
Okay.
You know, there are people who come back and they're depressed, and they end up not, you know, the life is just gone.
Okay.
But for me now, I chose not to. I just took it as, you know, I know not what to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know not what to do. Should the opportunity come again, I know not what to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. You know, you mentioned something that you messed up.
Yes.
And I just love your boldness. Like, you're not afraid of your age. You're like...
I'm very proud.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like, what was the mess for you?
Let me say, ever since I was growing up, I
Okay.
started drinking alcohol at the age of 10.
Okay. Okay.
I was only in class 4.
Okay.
And my first alcoholic drink I was given by my dad.
Okay.
And it was also, we were in a party and my dad is like, you know, I don't want my kids to go out there and do this the wrong way.
Okay.
You see, there are those parents who are like, I don't want my children to be seen they're doing this and
Did
that.
that,
And then
yeah.
they get out there and they go all the way.
Yes. Full
So-
throttle.
Yeah. So I used to see my dad back then. There was this little alcohol beer. It used to be called Export, Pasca Export. And I asked him, why don't you give us this thing you drink, all of you, you know? And he was like, here, taste. And I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And he asked me, what are you drinking? We were in a party in a family friend's house, and I told him I was drinking a Fanta orange. He said, bring it. So I took it to him, and he put for me this called Bozoi back then. I don't think it's there these days. It's called Bozoi. It's like gin
Okay.
or vodka. And I was like, there's a bitterness in it, but I like the taste.
It's mixed with soda. Hey.
Yes, I was taking. And I drank, and that day I was so happy. I love dancing, I love music, and I
Okay.
was dancing. And but the following day, you know how it goes. And that was the beginning of it.
Okay.
By the time I was in class 8, I was actually an addict.
Oh, okay.
I was an addict. My hands used to shake like this.
Okay.
I had to take a drink. Like back then, they had these small packs. They used to call them mini packs. They were like 20 shillings.
Okay.
So I had to make sure I had 20 shillings with
Okay,
me.
okay.
I had to take 2
Okay.
for me to function.
Wow.
And it was bad. It was bad. By the time I got to high school, and I remember the first semester, you know, I was not used to not drinking,
Yes.
and then the githeri in high school, phew, and my my stomach started acting up, and
Okay.
I came back home, and my mom was like, "What is your problem?" Of course, she thought I was pregnant.
Okay.
Because I had a boyfriend by the time I was
Okay.
grade 6. I had a boyfriend, but sort of letter to boyfriend. And I
Puppy
always
love,
made,
they call
my
it.
mom is my friend. I
Yeah.
never hide anything from her.
Yeah.
Mostly they were family friends.
Okay.
So she knew them.
Yeah.
And sometimes we'll go for parties and she'll be like, when it gets late, don't come home, stay there and stuff like that. But because I had a dream to go to America,
Okay.
it never went so far with this boyfriend.
Okay.
So when I came home that first semester, she was like, "Are you pregnant?" I told my mom, "No, I'm a virgin, mom." So tests were done, and this, I remember Ngara there in Nairobi, Ngara, there was this Dr. Patel. He was a family doctor. And he asked me, how much alcohol do you drink
take-
in a day?
consume in
I
a day?
look at him and I'm like, I'm in high school, I don't drink.
Drink.
I'm in high school, I don't drink. And he goes like,
Girl,
girl, your
you've been
liver
drinking.
is dying.
Oh, no.
Your liver is dying.
Okay.
It's black. And when I stopped drinking from there, by the time I was in Form 2, I got saved and I got to church, and it was all good all through Form 4. Finished high school. Lo and behold, I went to the States. And lo and behold, there alcohol is cheap. It is cheap. You're making money. There's no mom. You have a car. You're living by yourself. It used to be so bad. I remember my birthdays. People are the ones who used to look forward to my birthdays because we used to start drinking on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
It was a drinking spree.
Drinking spree. And I told you I went to Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
So we are next to the sea. There was a show we used to go to, the beach, yeah. It used to be called Gavaston. So every time my birthday was in summer. In June it's summertime over there. So it used to be lovely. So I'll buy them goat. We'll buy alcohol. I'll buy a carton of hard liquor. I never used to take beer. I always hated beer. I didn't lie. I was like, these are a waste of my time. All I do is go to the bathroom.
Anyway.
You know, it's wasting my time. So I'll buy for them that take beer. We'll go to the beach, stay at the beach the whole day, come back, go to the club. At 2 there, they close the clubs at 2, the American clubs, but we always had a Kenyan club. That one we go until 5. We go back to the house. People are like, you know, those are power naps. Wake up. And then you're like, man, let's go back to the beach. Go back to the beach. Come. And you know, there's this one lady. One day she didn't come with us, and she goes, my friend, and she goes to work, and the coworker was like, are you okay today? And he's like, why? You're sober. You're sober.
Okay.
You know. So one day, during that spree of my birthday, the weekend of drinking, I used to drive something like a RAV over here, small Chevy. She was called Chevy Trucker. And it was after a weekend of drinking.
Okay.
And I had gone to drop my friend, this friend of mine, at work. And I was coming back from dropping her.
Okay.
And we were driving, you know, you haven't slept. You have seen Tom and Jerry, the way he puts those things. He's trying to keep his eyes open. Yeah. I couldn't keep my eyes open.
Okay.
So I was sleeping on the road.
I'm assuming you also drank?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a weekend of drinking.
Okay.
No, this is in the morning. We're dropping one of our friends to work. We go back home.
Yeah.
And you see that place is like over Globe Cinema over here, the way you exit and it goes down like this. So I remember I was walking by honks. Pee, pee, pee.
Don't tell me you're sleeping.
And when I woke up, I was going to prank on the wall.
Oh, no.
And I swapped. Every
Back
time
on
I
the
give this story,
it's okay.
I become very teary. Because I was going to die.
Okay.
I was going to die.
You're going to die.
And Jerry, you can imagine. Your mother has put you in a plane
to go give you a better future.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know, it's hard.
Yeah.
We've put people in caskets.
Yeah.
They have committed suicide. They have died but we don't tell their families. But you can imagine a mother, alikupeleka international departure. And then, anaenda kuchukua cargo.
I know.
Cargo.
It's all,
like a cargo.
Yeah.
And I stopped drinking.
Okay.
And I went back to church. I went back to church. And I stayed in church. I stayed in church for quite a while.
Yeah.
I remember I'd gone to study. So I say I was in America for 12 years.
Okay.
But I can't account for 4 years, what I did with my life for 4 years.
Okay.
It was a matter of partying, drinking. By then, that's when people like Nameless and Wahoo and them were coming up. Gidi Gidi Maji Maji, they were coming up. And we'll hear, hey, they're coming to California, they're coming. You're not even making enough to live that lifestyle.
Okay.
America, especially when you go to school, you're living paycheck to paycheck.
Okay.
You're paid twice a month.
Okay.
And by the time you're paid, you already know where this money is
It's
going.
Yeah.
You're an international student.
I know.
You're paying 4 times what an American pays. A class, they're paying 300, you're paying 1,200. And it's a must to go to school.
Yeah.
But here, Leah has dropped out of school. For 4 years, I can't account what I did. And I remember I got a roommate. She was a Kalenjin. Her name was Lorna. Is Lorna. God forbid. Her name is Lorna. And she was doing pharmacy.
Okay.
And she talked to me. I mean, that lady was so disciplined.
Okay.
And she was like, Leah, go back to school. And I struggled. I went back to school. I did. I had gone to Texas Southern University. It was too expensive, so I went to a community college. I did a degree. I graduated. By the time I was graduating, this is 2006.
Okay.
And I took more courses in community college still over there. But in 2008, by then, His Excellency Mwai Kibaki was a president here.
Okay.
And over there, Obama came in.
Okay.
And we thought things were going to be very easy. But lo
you
and
guys,
behold, it
yeah.
became worse. It's 2008.
Okay.
Remember, I've told you,
Yeah.
during my 4 years of drinking
Yeah.
and partying,
Yeah.
I was involved with a guy.
Okay.
And he was drinking, you know, and I believe that's why I went back.
Okay.
And this guy, one day, he used to be very possessive.
Okay.
Very possessive.
Mhm.
He came to America after me. He's a family friend.
Okay.
So we'll go to the club, and the bare thing of a man looking at me, he's asking,
What
why
do-
is he looking at you?
Like.
And I'm like, I don't control where the eyes land. And mind you, I know people that you know.
You
So
don't-
it used to be every time we go out, there is fighting.
Okay.
There is fighting.
Okay.
And one day I remember, we went to a house party. And when we went to the house party, he started bringing those things of insecurity. He wants to start fighting. And I'm like, I'm not in for this today.
Okay.
So let me go
save
home.
my mood for
Yeah,
something
let's
else.
let's just go home.
Yeah.
And we left. We were driving. We were using my car.
Yeah.
So this men with their complex, a woman is not going to drive me. I'm
Yeah.
like, I was like, it's okay. Here are the car keys. Let's drive home.
Yeah.
So on the road, on the freeway, he starts fussing. Remember, we've been drinking, right?
Yes.
So I got mad with, in the Greek, I call Kikuyu Greek. You say, we call it alcohol, we call it johi, because it ties your mind.
Yes.
You
johi.
don't think,
yes.
it ties your mind.
Tie. Yeah.
So you don't think.
Yeah.
So I'm here, I'm in the car with this guy. We are driving on the freeway. We start arguing. I don't remember I'm also in this car, so anything I do, it's going to affect us. So with my stupidity, I pull the handbrake.
You know.
Because we are arguing, and I'm like, I remember why we were arguing. We were arguing because he was revving my car. He was driving it so badly. And you see, with an automatic car, you could hear the shift of the gear. Like
Okay.
it comes from number 1, goes to number 3. And I'm
Okay.
like, stop driving my car like that. You're going to mess up my car. And he couldn't hear. So I pulled the handbrake, and the car swerves and hits the curbs. The roadside, yeah?
Yeah.
So we get home, and I'm mad. And I'm like, I'm not going to stay here. We get to his place. It wasn't my place. And I'm like, I'm not going to stay here. I want to go to the club, I'm tipsy and been drinking. And he says, you're not going anywhere. He's refusing with my car keys. And I'm like, why are you refusing? It's my car, I want to go. And I remember I was holding a glass of Captain Morgan. Yeah, and Coke, yeah. And as I told you, Johi, Guahahakiri.
Yeah.
I got so mad, and I threw the glass at him, and it hit him on his forehead. And the guy started bleeding so badly.
Oh no.
And his roommate, you call 911 over there, they come, the 3, the fire, the police, and the ambulance.
Yeah.
So
Whatever
the
needs to
ambulance
save the
gets there, they
situation.
look at him, and they're like, ma'am, I'm sorry, we have to call this in.
Oh no.
So the cops come in.
Okay.
So they give my story, and later on my friends usually ask me, Leah, I'm like, I'm like, where was I gonna go? They're gonna find you over there. They will find you.
Yeah.
But anyway, the guy, I tell the police what has happened, and he tells me, this is bad, my dear. I have to take you in. And my dear, my heart went to my stomach.
I can imagine.
I'm like, I've never gone to a jail. I've never been to a police. Here I am, miles and miles away from
Foreign
home.
country,
In a foreign country,
exactly.
you're taking me to jail, to the police station per se. Phew. I was like, wow, okay, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You see that? You see it in the movies, the handcuffs.
Yeah.
And he tried. I was very skinny. Let me tell you, I was skinnier than this. All that hard liquor.
Okay.
I was very small. So
Okay.
he tries to cuff me. They keeps coming out. They keep coming out. Okay, I was dressed for a house party, so I tell him, can I please change, put something warm? He says, just go ahead and don't try anything funny. I'm like, no, sir, I won't do anything. So he tries to put the cuffs on me. They're not clack, you know. So he says,
Because your hands are too small.
I'm too small. So he tells me, I'm not going to put the cuffs on you, but don't try anything funny.
Okay.
So he gets me, those police car at the back, he puts me in there and we are driving. And I've never forgotten the words of that man.
The cop.
The cop,
Okay.
yes. He told me, you're such a beautiful lady.
Yeah.
And you seem to be a very smart girl. He asked me this question that has never left my mind.
Okay.
What are you doing with someone who is going to make you go to jail? And that's when I made up my mind. I was like, I'm not going back to that. So I had a record in the US.
Okay.
A domestic violence record. That is bad.
I know.
That is bad.
Yeah.
Remember, I was going to school to, basically I wanted to do medicine.
Okay.
I wanted to be a neurosurgeon, doctor. So you see, you just go slowly, you do licensed nurse, you go nursing, and then you specialize.
Okay.
But with that such a kind of a record, you can't.
Yeah, okay.
You can't. Doctors are supposed to caregivers, not harm. You know?
Not the ones inflicting pain on others.
Exactly. Anyway, so I get I get in there, but I just spend the night. And even in there, in the police, I didn't go to prison. It was just a holding, like a cell or whatever. You know, the ladies in there, they're looking at me and they're like, what are you doing in here? You see, you have to sit back and ask yourself, what are these people seeing in me that I'm not seeing in myself? What is this am I doing to myself? And when I came out in the morning, he posted bail, the guy. Posted the bail, and I came out in the morning. I went and packed all my stuff, and I left. By then, we were living together, and I left. And I believe I went back to church again. Okay. And I started serving. And let's fast forward now to 2008, as I was saying. Because of this record, I tried to, it's called stealing it. Okay. So that, you know, every time you go to look for a job, it's going to pop up. Okay. Every time you do this, it's going to pop up. And I was like, you know what, there's no need of living with stress in this country. Okay. If I'm not going to achieve what I came here to achieve, and understand Kenya nowadays is really nice. I can go back home. There is nothing wrong with going back home. Okay. So I called my mom and I told my mom, I want to come back home. And she was like, why? And I'm like, I finished what I came, because I had finished my school. And again, I understand Kenya is really nice now. As long as you have money and you're doing something, you live. And again, life here, guys, is beautiful. Life in Kenya, as long as you have money. Okay. As long as you have money, that's the key thing. Yeah. If you have money in Kenya,
you're good to go.
You're good to go. Don't even ever think of going to those countries. Because here you make money and you enjoy it. Yeah. Over there, by the time I was leaving that country, I was making close to 400,000 shillings, Kenyan shillings. But I think what I'm doing with that money. Okay. But again, also I made dumb decisions. Like once I moved to a better job and I was making more money, Nenatoka Buru and Lavington. Instead of staying in Buru and building. Yeah, yourself. So I stopped driving the Chevy truck. I bought a BMW. You see, so you know, stupid, silly decisions. Okay. And my mom was like, it's okay. If you felt you want to come back home, that's fine, but don't come empty-handed. Okay. So I told her, fine. I'm giving myself 2 years. 2010, I'm coming back home. Okay. And fast forward to 2010 on my birthday, June, I bought one-way ticket back home. One way. December. It was for December, but I bought it. And I said, I'm going back home. And that's how I landed back home. Okay. Yes. Okay. I wasn't deported, for the record. Yes.
You made the decision to come back.
I made the decision to come back home.
Yeah. Yes. Wow. That is such a journey. Yeah. Now, allow me to take you back. Like, you began drinking when you're 10. Yes. Do your parents know at this age? Do they know how into this thing you are?
Not really, but no. Up until the day I went to high school, and my mom was there when I was given the report that my liver is dying. Yeah, they didn't know.
They did
but
not
again,
know.
My dad was a party person. Okay. Every Christmas in our house was for partying. Okay. During those 24th, 25th, 26th with my dad, if you're not drinking, go.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
He was a party person. So they knew. But what they did is make sure you don't go out there and come back home drunk.
Drunk.
No.
If you're gonna do it home.
With us.
Okay.
If we're going somewhere. Oh, I used to be very good at carrying alcohol for my dad when we go to some places. Like
Okay.
here, I don't know if you know Shade Hotel, like, you know, Joang, and then we used to live in Karen.
Okay.
So my brother was very young. Back then was nappies, and
Okay.
we'll just go with our alcohol. My uncle used to work Defco Karen, so we'll buy a lot of alcohol during Christmas.
Okay.
So we'll hide the alcohol and go partying out there. So as long as you're doing it with them, they didn't have issue.
Okay.
But during school time and stuff, or you just go come back drunk, no, that was a no-no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So looking at your drinking
Yes.
experience,
Yes.
would you blame your dad for that? Or
No.
What would you?
No.
Okay.
I can't blame my dad.
Okay.
You see, I told you I'm a youth mentor. I have
Yes,
a passion.
you are.
I
Yes.
have a passion for the youth.
Yeah.
I always say that if I go somewhere, I give talks
Okay.
to high schools,
Okay.
church
Yeah.
groups, and blah blah blah. And I usually tell them, you hold your own future in your hand.
Yeah.
You cannot blame anyone, and you can never force anybody to do anything without them making that decision.
Yeah.
So I can't blame my dad.
Okay.
He wasn't with me in the States
No.
when I took the no. I
On your
can't.
own
No,
accord,
no,
yeah.
No. Every decision you make is so, all made up in your mind.
Okay.
Everything starts with the mind.
Okay.
So blaming people in
Yeah.
life, nah.
It never
I
works.
blame you. I blame nah.
All
It's
right.
all me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are about to take a break, after which we'll be back with more of Leah's story. So don't you go too far, because we'll be back just like that. And welcome back. If you're joining us now, you're not too late, although we are halfway gone. Today we are hosting Leah, who's taken us through a journey of how she got addicted to alcohol from such an early age. That was in primary school, a bit of it in secondary school, quit, then we're in college, she's back to it. So is Leah still drinking? Has she overcome the drinking? So Leah, here we are.
Right.
You have come back.
Yes.
Yes. So this time you've come back sober.
Yes. No.
We are still on recovery journey.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so where are we at with that? Kindly take us through.
2010
Yeah.
December, right? So I
Yeah.
come back. Come back, got money,
Yes.
nothing to work to do, and you're hard-headed. You're
Yeah.
like, I've been working, I've been away for 12 years. Mind you, I only came to visit once.
One in the
Once
12
In
years.
the 12 years.
Wow.
I only came to visit once.
Okay.
Because as I told you, it's hard over there.
Yeah.
When you do the math, you're like, by the time I come home for Christmas, and
Yeah.
Christmas is only the best time to come home.
Okay.
So you come home, the ticket by then is very expensive,
Expensive, yeah.
like about $1,600. You're not coming empty-handed.
Yes.
You have to bring gifts for your family.
Yeah.
Put another 1,000. Okay, when you get here, people Kenyans, we are horrible. When you take them out, they act like they don't know there's a bill that comes.
Yeah.
So you have to have money.
Yeah.
Put another $1,000.
Yeah.
So anyway, in total, you're looking at $5,000 to come home. So when you get back, you have bills.
Okay.
You sit and do that math.
And you're like, no.
Yeah, I'm like, no. I sent my mom 500, my brother, my sister. My dad is deceased
Okay.
in 95. I was in Form 3.
Okay.
So it was only my mom, my sister, and my brother.
Okay.
So you just throw them $500, and that was a lot of money back
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
They're so happy.
Yeah.
And I was fine. So
Okay.
anyway, I come back in 2010. I'm so happy to be back home.
Yes.
So happy. And I tell my mom, I am not doing anything for the next 1 year.
Okay.
I've been working for 12 years. So
I need my break.
Yeah, every year for 1 month, I need my break.
Yes.
And I did my traveling. I was also looking at what I can do.
Okay.
I've come with what I did, and I would advise anyone who travels to go to outside there. When you want to come back home, don't send money, because that's the mistake I did.
Okay.
Sending money. Don't come with cash, because taking out money is not putting back.
Okay.
Start something when you're still there.
Okay.
And I know people have become so bad these days.
Okay.
You send money to people, they don't do anything for you.
Yeah.
Start something. Once it's up and running,
Yeah.
then come back.
Okay.
Because I was a Kenyan millionaire.
Okay.
Today at a million, it was just, I'll start this business. So that's what happened from 2010 to about 2012.
Okay.
You start this business, you're like, this is not what I like doing.
Okay.
You close it.
Okay.
You start this one, you close it.
It's not working.
It's not
You're
working.
not feeling it.
I'm not feeling it.
Uh-huh.
I forget. You're just taking out money. You're just taking out money, and you're
And
not
nothing is
putting it
coming
back.
back in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So one day I'm sitting and I asked my mom, because she had the POA of my bank account,
Okay.
and I'm like, Mom, by the way, how are our maths? My mom is very good with money. She brought a book. I think I still have it. With my math, I thought I still had, close to about over like 500K or so like that. And she said, no, you barely have 300.
Okay.
And she brought a book and she told me, here is a math. And I was like, oh my God.
Like
where has the money
somebody
gone?
wake me up.
And I started drinking badly. We almost got into it with my mom. I was depressed. I'm like, I've come back home. My money is almost running out. What do I have to show for the 12 years I was away?
Okay.
And I went back to drinking. And one day I remember we were sitting in the dining room. And I told my mom, all the time I was in the US, my mom will tell me, get married. You've finished school, so get married. I'm like, Mom, no. I used to hear marriage and I want to go. I started working when I was very young, actually.
Okay.
I finished school in 97. In 96. 97, I was in Kenya and I was already working.
Okay.
And as a cashier and receptionist in some German restaurant. And I used to make good money in 90-something, and you're making 15K.
Yes,
and you're
that's
living
a
with your
lot.
mom. That's so. I was wondering, mwanaume anakuja kunisaidia na nini? I got my own independence. I don't need a man in my life, And then I had lived that life of marriage, because remember
when you were living with your boyfriend.
Yeah, we
back
had a
then.
live-in, and so I'm like, there's nothing good about marriage.
Yeah.
And my mom will tell me then, get a baby. And I'm like, Mom, do you know here housemaids are not available?
Yeah.
And she's like, za utume nitalea. And I'm like, no way. All that time I'm pregnant and all that, where But by that day, when I realized my money is running out, and I had a night of drinking, and I came and I sat down on the dining table and I talked to my mom, and I'm like, I want a baby. And she's like, you're getting married? No. I want a baby. Don't want to get married.
But I want a child.
Baby. I want a baby. You said you want a baby, isn't
Yeah.
it? She said, yeah, if you don't want to get married, it's good to have a child.
Yeah.
I'm like, and she used to send me, go bring that, and you know how we are. You're like, you're sending me too much. Like, I told you to get a baby, you refused. If you had a baby, she's the one I'll be sending. Or him,
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Yeah. I told my mom, I'll get a baby. And 2012 May, I got a baby.
Okay.
My beautiful girl. I don't think you've met her.
No.
Her name is Azaria. And the whole of 2012, of course, that year. And before she was 2 years old, that's I went back to church.
Okay.
I went back to church. And been in church. I've been in church since then. Because I sat down, I joined Papa Center, Reverend Julian Kilo. And I remember my biggest turning point was when we hosted Dr. Miles Monroe.
Okay.
God rest his soul in peace. And that was a month before he died.
Okay.
And all that time by then, that guy was talking about death. And he told us one thing, the theme for that conference that he came, he told us, you need to die empty.
Okay.
You need to die empty. The richest place on earth is the grave. Because so many people have died without accomplishing their dreams. There are doctors that were never made. There were lawyers that were never made. The richest place is the grave.
Yeah.
And when you die, don't need a cross to be remembered. That's the one thing I remember.
Okay.
Live a life in such a way that you'll never need a cross to be remembered. That Leah once existed. Live a life of the people like, what's her name? This lady, Wangari Maathai, Mother Teresa. What is this guy called? Martin Luther King,
Okay.
Nelson Mandela. Those guys don't need a grave,
No.
a sign on their grave that
No.
this person never lived.
No.
And I vowed I have to follow my vision. I have to live my dream.
Okay.
I will live a life that I will never need a grave to be remembered.
Okay.
And with all this mess that has happened in my life, I'm going to turn all that mess into a message. And I'm going to shout out from the rooftop to anybody who can hear me. If I go to a school, I talk to 1,000 and only 2 change their life.
It was worth it.
It was worth it. It was worth it. And that's what I'm doing now.
Wow.
That's what I'm doing now.
That's what you're doing now.
That's what I'm doing now.
Okay.
I love going out there and talking to people. Youth at church, we have from the zeros to the teenagers, and I can't handle the little ones. I'm sorry, you need grace for the little ones. So I'm a youth minister. I work with the teenagers over there and the
Okay.
youth. And I usually tell them, my church, we thank God, most of those students, those kids go to the group of schools, you
Okay.
know, the subbies and the whatever is there. And I tell them, let me tell you, you know, you're going to grow to be somebody's husband and somebody's wife and somebody's father and somebody's mother. And I tell even parents, and I'm telling them even now, when you're bringing up a child, you're bringing up somebody's mother or somebody's wife. You're bringing up somebody's father or somebody's husband. Stop babying these kids.
Yeah.
Ati, mpaka kitanda hizi thing. We fight with those kids in my church. I ask, have you been making your bed? These kids, most of them will go out there, you know, fly out. Those places don't have mates for them.
No.
I have a cousin. When she was growing up, they were not too well off. Yeah?
Okay. Okay.
But as soon as they're doing very well. Right now she knew how, when she was growing up, she knew how to do things for herself.
Yeah.
Right now she's in the UK, and I usually ask her, if you didn't learn these things, you'll be crying and wanting to come back home. So with these young people, especially the boy child, I am tired of hearing girl empowerment, women empowerment, girl power, women power. What about the boy child?
Yeah.
Yes. What about the boy child? Fine, we're empowering women for who? For which men? For which boys? You know, in other countries, when they're learning how to make computers and cars in China, our boys here, they are planning how to route the girls' school because they were defeated in a physics project.
I know.
It's bad.
Yeah.
We need to empower the boy child also. I have a friend who works in a morgue.
Okay.
And he tells me that out of 10 bodies that come in, 9 are men,
Oh no.
boy child. They have come, they have taken medicine, suicide, alienda kalewa kagongo na pikipiki. They are suffering.
Okay.
They are suffering, these boys. And everybody's girl and power. Come on.
Okay.
You see, and I tell the boys, our boys, being a man is not about the cut. You know, it's not about growing a beard.
No.
Goats have beard, they're not men. We all been cut, you've had a baby, I had a baby.
Yeah.
But we are not men.
No.
It starts in the mind.
Yeah.
You decide, regardless of anything, regardless of what is going on in my family, regardless of, you know, where you're born, we don't blame you. But where we die, it's up to you.
Yeah.
You can be born from a very poor family, but you make up in your mind, I'm going to flip this and change this.
Yes.
The president-elect right now, Biden, his wife and child died in a road accident.
Okay.
His son committed suicide. His other son was kicked out of the Navy. Biden himself has had paralysis on his face.
Yeah.
But at 78, he's president-elect. He never gave up.
Yeah.
Why do our youth give up? Why go take the pills? Why, you know, decide my life is over? Nimechoka na hii maisha, and start drinking. Huh? That alcohol, ulikuta watu wakikunywa, utakunywa, utacha watu wakikunywa. But are you going to be remembered for something? Yeah? Are you going to be remembered for something? These things about, it's good to go to school, to have a good job, to start a good business.
Yeah.
But what the name you leave behind, it's what that matters. Did you live what God's purpose for your life was in this earth? Unaona his time yote ya COVID. Mimi naambia tu hata akuja nifanyie hachu on the face. I'm not going to die. I can't die. I'm not done. My purpose, I'm not done here on this earth. What I was created for, I'm not done. I have these kids have to get it together.
Okay.
They have to get it together.
Okay.
There can't be people out there building cars and our boys out here. I've seen they are fighting. Kuna mwingine alifukuzwa nyumbani. I mean nyumbani, he went and brought a machete back with him to beat the teacher.
Okay.
But to some extent, I also can't blame the parents. As a parent, I'm a certified counseling psychologist.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've done human development.
Okay.
And there is stages in life. And a child, there is a place you stop, put down the cane, and you make that child your friend.
Yes.
And talk to that
Engage.
child. These days, go to Eve. From the father to the little one.
Yeah.
You have no time to sit down and talk to your child.
Have a heart to heart.
How was school?
Yeah.
Any challenges? What's going on? If you're a father and you have a girl, have some date nights. Take your baby for a date. Because the minute you take this baby for a date, okay, it's fine, this time it's digital. Utambaya simu ya, you can have it during the weekend, not during the night. She will never go out there adanganywa ambiwe na kupeleka kibandaski mahali, kumbe the dad takes her to Kempiski. He will tell you, I've seen all this. What is it you're bringing?
Yes.
If it's your
Show me your worth.
Show me your worth. So for the parents, you need to make your children your friends.
Okay.
Especially, and it starts very early. You wouldn't believe it. At the age of 9, you're supposed to have that child. So the road, this place is for the road and the friend thing.
Okay.
You know, kuna vitu atafanya, you have to chapa.
Yeah, you have to span.
But there's a thing, because let me tell you, you see these youth, the way they're drinking, or anybody, not even youth, yata mzee.
Yeah.
You know, the problem is not the drinking.
No, it's never the drinking.
It's never the drinking.
Yeah.
There's a root problem.
Yeah.
We need to find out what's the root cause of this.
Yeah.
That's where the problem. Why are you drinking?
Okay.
For me, I was drinking because I was frustrated because my money is running out. What did I come to do back here? You know, things like that. I was frustrated. But that didn't solve anything, did it? So we need to, for these people, for the youth, it's never over until it's over.
Yeah.
The day, as long as you wake up, na miguu inakanyanga chini hivi, you still have breath. You still have a purpose.
You still have a purpose.
Don't give up.
Okay.
See, tumeona Biden is 78. He's going to be the president of the most powerful country with all those things he has passed through. Wewe you're 20, ushaanza kusema utajiua. For what? For what? Ama alcohol. For what? And it really frustrates me to see young people turning to this thing of drinking, and if it's the girls, they have nothing better to do. Unaona mtu ametoka shule ameenda kuolewa.
I know.
Because anaona kwenye ametoka. No.
Yeah.
You don't hold your life in your hands.
No.
I tell people, even twins, their fingerprints, they're very different. And that should tell you there's that one thing you're created to do in this world.
Yeah.
Because of that fingerprint. Hakuna mtu mwingine akona kama hiyo yako. God looked down like this and he saw, this issue I want Jerry to fix.
Okay.
Jerry came.
Yeah.
Find that thing. Find the purpose and run with it. Run with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. That is so rich.
Right.
How did you stop drinking? Did you just wake up one day and decide? Did you seek help probably from a rehab? How did you come out of this drinking to being the kingdom championeer that you are today?
I knew I couldn't do it by myself.
Okay.
I never went to rehab.
Yeah.
I never went to rehab, and I'm not saying going to rehab is a bad thing.
Yeah.
And I want people to note, somebody has to know when you're taking them for rehab, because unless they agree, kuwapeleka is a waste of time.
Yes, so true.
Unless they agree by themselves that I'm ready to make this change, kuwapeleka it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
But I didn't go to rehab. And I told you, my mind switched when Dr. Miles Monroe said, you have to die empty.
Okay.
You have to die empty. And you have to have mentors too.
Mentors. Okay.
Yeah. Mentors in life, in all areas of your life.
Yeah.
Spiritual mentor, financial mentor, things like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And talk out. Never keep things inside. That's what is killing our people, our young people, by the way.
Yeah.
Mental health in Kenya is not given all that
Yeah.
you know.
It's never a priority.
It's never a priority.
Yeah.
And people have, you saw this lady who was very, very bitter about the son committing suicide because he was sodomized. Why? Because this boy had nowhere, had nobody to talk to.
Yeah.
I want to tell people it's good to speak out.
Yeah.
A problem shared is a problem half solved.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So don't watu wacha kuweka vitu. Find someone to speak to. Talk things out. Once hiyo ndio inafanya people turn all to this drinking madawas, and the next thing is suicide. Yeah, find mentors.
Okay.
Find mentors.
Okay.
But above all, trust in God. He is able. Nothing can, nothing. For me, God, He's been there for me.
Okay.
He's been there. Even all this time nakunywa, I knew. You know, it's so bad for you to know. You know, it is hard for you to know, to be in ukonda, because that's how my life used to go.
Okay.
Nikiwa hii side kabisa ndani na hii side mwalimu.
Yes. Like there was no
No, I never
warm
sat on
route
the,
for you.
no,
It was
no, no.
either hot
It's
or
either
very
hot
cold.
or very cold.
Okay.
So God, just trust in God and speak out your problems. Speak out your problems. And the thing people should stop doing also is asking, what will people say?
What will people say?
The moment you start asking yourself that question, what will people say? I have somebody who says, mimi siwezi uza kitu yangu, watu wataanza kusema nimeanza kuwa maskini, but ako na deni. Ukianguka sahi na hypertension or cardiac arrest, utaacha mtu wako utafuta hiyo mali akikula. So what? So what? When they say so what? Were they with you when you're looking for this property? If you're a young person,
Yeah.
what will people say? What will people say? Atatoka na ile gate akuja kwambie, Jerry, I have 10K here. Have you paid your rent? No one.
No one
No
will
one
do
will
that.
do that. It's you, your God, you, yourself, me, myself, and I, and my God. So this thing of people saying, what will people say? It's a first step for failure.
Okay.
We need to get that over our mind.
Okay. So right now, there's probably someone sat somewhere and you're thinking they want to attempt drinking. What would you tell them?
Yeah. No. No.
Don't take
Attempt.
that
Don't.
route.
Don't take that route.
Yeah.
Don't take that.
Yeah.
I can't advise anybody to take that route.
Okay.
Wacha hata yenye useme I'm a social drinker, blah, 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 blah. I can never advise anybody
Okay.
to take that route.
All
It
right.
wasn't easy, Jerry.
For
It
you
wasn't.
to come out.
No, it
Yeah.
wasn't.
Yeah.
And you know, the devil knew. The devil knew that this person here, unajua, when things are going so smooth in your life,
Yeah.
ask yourself, there's something wrong. Because the devil knows, huyu ni wangu, sina haja naye. But he knew that I'm created to be a kingdom champion.
Okay.
You see, my pastor always teaches us that in Genesis, God said that go take dominion. But people, we find Christians, they don't, in the marketplace, there's nothing when we are accomplishing. But we've been told, go take dominion. And that's why you should become a kingdom champion. He told us, go out there and rule. But we don't do it. Why? Why? Because we get entangled in all these things.
Yeah.
We don't believe in ourselves. We look at things and we are like as you said that, for me it was not easy because the devil knew, huyu nikiachilia, she'll ruin my kingdom. It is hard.
Okay.
So why start?
Okay.
Don't start.
Don't start.
Don't start
Don't
drinking.
start.
Hiyo maneno ya social drinking, hakuna kitu kama hiyo. If I count right now how much money, man, I spent on alcohol, I'll have like 2, 3, 4 flats.
Wow.
But I don't.
But here you are. Anyway, taking from your experience,
Yeah.
what would be your greatest unlearning so far? That's usually my favorite question.
Wow.
Yeah.
My greatest
Unlearning.
unlearning.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a tough question, remember? That's a tough question. Well, I would say it was all my fault with all those things, because I can say that I was told, you know, America was a land of dreams, but it didn't happen for me.
Yeah, yeah.
But why did it happen for me?
Yeah.
It was my
Why
fault.
for you?
It was my fault.
Yeah.
It is the land of dreams, yes.
Okay.
And anybody who gets a chance, go.
Okay.
But if you're here in Kenya and you're doing so well, forget about it.
Okay.
Hata ukiwin your green card as a couple or whatever, let the wife go first. But and then you see how it goes over there. But anyway, my grace test and learning. I believe that was it, but it was my fault.
Okay.
Yeah, America, it is like the land of dreams.
All right. So there's a parent somewhere probably dealing with a child who's into drinking.
Right.
They don't know how to handle them, or probably they are handling this the wrong way.
Correct.
What would your word be to such a parent?
You need to know accept the child first of all, and don't impose your expectation on that child. What you do is just like the way they say, women and your man, if ni mtu wa kutembea huko nje, men love peace. And children want to be understood. Sindio? So when this child comes drunk,
Okay.
please stop kumgombeza. Even ask, my son, have you eaten? If they haven't eaten,
Serve them some food.
serve some food. I have a friend, a family friend. Her name is Bishop Wedera Mugo. Very good family. The family is musical, church. All of them, like but the boys, pombe. Mpaka wanaokota huko kwa nini kwa mitaro huko. But she always preaches to people and tell them, they are my children. And when they get in the house, I have to make sure. And I won't sleep until they get in the house.
Okay.
When they're like, Morio, no akinya, niorete. Understand that child.
Yeah.
But anger towards that child is not going to solve that.
Okay.
It's not going to solve that situation. Sit down and talk. Find the root cause. Find out why. What is it, my son? What is it, my daughter? What can we do?
Yeah.
Talk. Don't give demands. Talk. Be a friend.
Okay.
And it starts down there, as I was saying.
Yeah.
Because the minute you start talking to your kid at a young age, they know not to go out there and seek other advice.
Okay.
They always come to you and, Mom, imagine this dude was telling us to do this and this. Is that right? Be a friend to your children. Don't be a power figure. Come when you see your office. But when you come home, you're a father, you're a mother.
Okay.
Understand your children.
All right.
Talk to your children.
Wow.
From way down there. Yeah.
Wow.
And it's never too late.
Yeah.
Kama washakuwa kubwa. It's never, nothing is ever late. It's never too late.
Yeah.
As long as you still have breath.
Yeah.
It's never too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, I know you're passionate about this, and what's so beautiful about your story is you had to go through it.
Yes.
So for you to sit someone down dealing with this, you're coming from a place of
experience.
I have been this.
Yes. Yes.
So if you're not doing what you're doing now, what else would you be doing?
If I'm not doing what I'll be doing right now, I will make sure that it is hard to every young man, to every young woman, that you can be whatever you want to be.
Okay.
It takes the right mindset.
Okay.
Just change your mind, switch your mind, and don't run with the crowd.
Yeah.
I want to travel everywhere talking to the young people.
Okay.
And talking to them. And as I told you, I talked to 1,000 to change their life. It was worth it.
Okay.
I love talking to the young people.
Well.
And you see, as I was telling you, most people see something in you that you can't see in yourself.
Yeah.
For the longest, I've run away from this issue. And once in a while, when I go to schools, once I'm done with the talk, you find lining. You know what? They want to talk to me.
Yeah.
So these children want to talk.
Yeah.
They want to be heard.
Yeah.
But they're not people. They're no resources.
Okay.
That's why I'm praying and trusting God to open a rehab center and a social work centers one day.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Where it's open door. People, you come.
Just walk in.
Come, talk to me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the meantime, before we get to the physical center, do you offer counseling? Probably, and that is, we've gone techie. So do you offer counseling online and things like that?
Online, I'll find you where you are.
Okay.
I'll come where you are if it needs be.
Okay.
I'll talk to you. Yeah.
All right.
Yes, I
All
do.
right.
And there's also some lady who is has a rehab center in those sides of Ngong.
Yeah.
It's a stay. Wherever you come there and stay for a while. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can refer someone there.
Okay.
For,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. All right. All right.
Yes.
That is so rich, Leah.
Amen.
I must say thank you.
Amen.
Like, I appreciate your boldness,
Karibu.
your bravery to just sit there and allow us to touch your, you know, your healed wounds, and to
Yes.
also draw our own healing
Right.
from the same.
Right.
You know, just listening to you just reminded me of an art. I think it's in Japan. It's
Right.
called kitsungi or something, where broken ceramic.
Yes.
They do the liquid gold to bring back the parts together,
Right.
and the ceramic is more
Very
beautiful,
beautiful,
than it
absolutely.
was before.
True.
Yeah, and your
True.
story just reminded me that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
messiness is never a thing we should run away from.
No.
Yeah,
No,
we
no,
only
no.
need to find our liquid golden
And put it-
piece the parts together
Exactly.
again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's, as I said, turn that mess into a message.
Yeah.
Because you're not the only one, and you're not the first one to go through that.
Yeah.
And you never know it's gonna touch.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and make those disappointment an appointment with God to change your life.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Leah.
Terrible.
And just before we go, probably there's a parent watching this. Probably there's just anybody struggling with addiction,
Correct.
and they want to reach out to Leah for help.
Yes.
What are your handles? Where can we reach you on if you need your
You
service?
can reach me on my email is Leah Leah dot Gillis. It's JILLIS 08 at gmail.com.
Yeah.
And you can also I don't mind giving my phone number.
Okay.
It's 0717 460 555.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Those
You have
two.
on platforms like maybe Facebook, Instagram?
Yes, Leah Kinyanjui.
Okay.
Leah Kinyanjui.
On Facebook?
And on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm very old school. Instagram and all these other things.
Okay.
But I don't mind. Call me
Yeah.
anytime.
Any-
If you feel you want to talk to someone, you feel you've reached you anytime. I am very single. So don't worry that you're gonna call and
you could be interrupting a
Exactly.
family evening
no,
or
For
something.
such things, I don't mind.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So thanks again, Leah.
Thank
Totally appreciate this. Totally admire your boldness. Totally, you're just such a beauty to behold.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So, and there we have it. We've come to the end of our show today. Much thanks to you for staying with us until the very end. And as always, I would like to say thank you for your support. It makes every single difference. And if you haven't already, kindly remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Jicho TV Kenya. Follow us on our Facebook and our Instagram at Jicho TV Kenya. And from the Wiser and Brave family, it's Namaste.